Some days just straight up suck. Some days are real tough. But here's how to thrive anyway. Today has been one of those days for me. I woke up at 2 a.m. because we are potty training, night training my daughter. Unfortunately, she had already wet the bed substantially. So kind of dealt with that in the middle of the night. Went back to sleep. Woke up a few hours later for my normal 5 a.m. wake up. And did my normal. Actually, as soon as I rolled out of bed, my back was just on fire. Got this muscle strain from a kettlebell workout that I was doing yesterday. I was trying some new moves out. My adductors are super tight, and my back and my mid back just has this pinch in it that makes it really hard to breathe. I can't breathe fully without aggravating it. And so I roll out of bed. I'm just like, Nonetheless, I get after it. I do my morning oral hygiene, get into the cold shower, which feels amazing on my back and on my legs. Just starting to kind of get the circulation going and circulate and get that inflammation down in those areas. Right into the foam rolling again, another key habit. These are both energized habits, right? And then, so I'm starting to wake up, get downstairs. I got my morning routine, my supplements, my tea, and my morning mineral cocktail and everything. And before I'm able to really get into my meditation and my mindset routine, that elevate portion of the Fit 4 that we always talk about, daughter wakes up again, and she's complaining. She peed again. It's like 6:30. So off I go, dad duties. And my son also peed in the bed last night. So my wife and I are like doing that whole dance, getting the bedding into the washing machine, getting them in showers, which we normally don't do in the mornings. At the same time, still trying to get them out of the door to get them to school at the same time, at the normal time, making breakfast. And my wife and I are just dealing with life stuff. I scraped the car a few weeks ago. We have other expenses, and they're just feeling the squeeze. And then the stress of the kids compounding on top of that. It's just a stressful time. It's so easy to be at each other's throats and blame your partner, the one person who has your back the most, and who you want to be positive towards the most. It's so easy just to pin everything on them and resent them. And so I'm making breakfast. She comes home, and we sit down, and rather than get into a blame game, which is so easy to do, and argue about all the logistics and the details, which is so easy to do, having the presence and the clarity and the space and the faith to just get real, share, to ask vulnerable questions. Like, are we aligned on where we're going? What would you have me do differently, potentially, that I'm not doing right now? I want to be in this with you. I'm coming to realize at the end of the conversation that today is the day that my wife's mom's birthday. So even though my wife's mom passed away 10 years ago or more, 15 years ago, just the emotions run high on this day that she remembers her mom, who's no longer with us, and who, had she had another 15 years, had she had access to her mom at this point, she would have so many things to say, so much appreciation to give now that she herself is a mom and understands how much it takes of you and from you to raise children. So the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because living a purposeful life is not easy. I get that. It's really, really hard. There's a lot of days where it just seems so much easier to give up. Give up on the call, give up on the mission, give up on this vision for life that is so strong inside me and my wife together. And just take the easy way out. Whatever that means. Do what's comfortable, do what's safe. So many days when just giving into the pressure and just going negative, just getting resentful, blaming. So much easier, sometimes even more enticing than taking the high road and summoning the will and the courage and the strength to lay my ego aside and to share from a vulnerable place, from my heart, and be willing to course correct. And so it needs to be this way, actually. And you and I both need to know that we're not alone when days like this come along. When times of trial and of pressing and of stressing, of pressure come along. Because these are the times that really make you. These are the times, just like in resistance training, you don't get stronger without resistance. You don't get stronger without weight, right? That's what makes you grow. And in life, it's so easy to forsake these times, to reject these times because they are so painful. But that's why so few people actually achieve what they want to achieve, not just in health, not just in their bodies, but in life overall. We all have this call. So few people are willing to go through what's required in order to get it. Because it really sucks. So the question is, how do we maintain when it sucks? How do we find joy amidst chaos and struggle and challenge? Consider that it's there just the same as on a bright and sunny day. And the more reps that we get being in the fire, finding the joy, finding the satisfaction in the journey itself, not just in how we're going to feel when we get there. That allows us to tap into that sense of happiness and fulfillment, no matter what's going on the outside. Because these feelings and these emotions actually come from inside, instead of being dependent on an external situation. They're rooted in a pure beingness in who you are, independent of what anyone else may think about you, say about you, what might be going on in your world. That is a sweet spot. That's a good place to be. And you can get there just by showing up to the game every day, checking off your Fit 4 every single day. I haven't gotten my Elevate in yet, so I'm going to do that right after this. Because I believe that where I'm headed requires that I be performing optimally. Not just getting shit done on a to-do list, but showing up with positivity and energy and strength for the people I love and the people that I want to serve. I can't serve them in any other way. So, elevate, exercise, energize, and eat. It's a requirement. It's a requirement for the path that you've chosen. And each time you do those 4 things, you double down on that choice. And you start to see the fruit. And the path itself becomes the reward. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Purpose Fit Coaching, and join the Unbreakable Fitness Club on Facebook. I'll see you guys there.